What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at player moments, Saul, however you want to pronounce it. And personally, why is he not a centre mid? I understand that maybe, was his generations a right mid at any point? So we got player moments, got centre mid. We had a right mids in FIFA 16. I'm going to have a look what this card actually is. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it is for the UCL goal against Bayern Munich in 15-16. So that makes sense. He got a man of the match for it way back in FIFA 16. And it was a right mid 80 rated card. So fair enough. But why? Like, give him a centre mid. Like, this card, it would have been so much better. So much better as a centre mid. The stats look nice. Yes, the price of him, I think you've got to give up an 85 rated SBC and an 86. No informs, which is fantastic. Still coming in at about 320 on the Xbox and just under 350 on the PlayStation. But you look at the stats, solid, absolutely solid. We've got the pace, we've got shooting, obviously finishing 88. Could do with an upgrade, but again, it's still up there. Passing wise, great short and long. Vision's nice. Curve and crossing, is what it is. Agility balance is lovely. We've got good reactions, good ball control, good dribbling. And then obviously the composure at 91 is fantastic. We've then got 91 stamina, perfect. Decent jumping. Strength, arguably okay. 80 aggression, it will do. Defensively, not quite where you want him, but in terms of chem star, people are looking at that engine, which would turn him into a 93 rated cam, giving him 97 pace, 90 passing, and 95 dribbling. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We have got the finesse trait as his only one. Obviously, long shot taker is computer AI. So let's just jump straight into him. I'm interested. Does cost a little bit. Probably not worth it for the person who doesn't have that amount of fodder in your club, because I guarantee they will bring out something after all of these SBCs, because this guy for 350, I think he could have been a bit cheaper. Maybe an 85 and an 83 or a 284s. I really wouldn't have put into an 85 and an 86 in my opinion into Saul to start with. Honestly, I don't understand why they put him as a right mid and thought that was going to be the kind of decent card for him. Centre mid is definitely where he belongs, and honestly, he would have actually been a pretty solid upgrade if he did go with that. Finds the ball inside straight off the bat. Can we find it back to him? Kaka's going to do some dribbling. Going to find it into him. Oh, he's going to get that tackle in. Lovely play already. Obviously, the passing side of him is going to be spectacular, especially with that engine. Taking him up to, what, a 93 is brilliant. With a fake shot. He's not like mentally quick with his dribbling. He's definitely good enough, but obviously, as a right mid, when you've got the likes of like Messi going against, you are going to struggle in terms of kind of like that right mid. That's a great ball. What a save from Schmeichel. But I'm going to have a look in the overall. Basically, who else is there? Because I'm pretty sure there was a couple of players. Sal's going to see it out. It's lovely passing down the wing. And that's where he's going to be. It's going to be a centre point. I personally will... Oh, okay. I won't go in for there, but that's nice. I personally would prefer him in that kind of cam role more than anything, because he can produce stuff like that. We get the ball into him, passes out wide. Yes, obviously you've got to use one of your right mid slots. So if you've got a Messi or someone like that, then you have got to use one of them slots to move him. But there is plenty of formations nowadays that you can use. I'm gonna go with the little rainbow. Oh, okay, that was poor. Saul winning it back. Little ball roll into Ronaldo. The only thing I've got that's wrong with this is the fact that it is an 85 and an 86. I really don't understand why it has to be both, and with the fact that literally we have nothing to grind for, or no, at least nobody in packs, so packs are being kind of like held more than anything. You're really asking for people just to basically use all their fodder. How on earth did he get around everybody? But you are kind of just asking people to just dump their fodder into this card, and that's, oh wow, that's why I'm kind of half and half whether you should do it or not, because I think with the icon pack, if it does decide to kind of show its head again, then it's going to be very soon, and I feel like that's going to be what they want. Obviously, we have had some sort of leak to say potentially that we go through a dead week again, and then it is into team of the season. Whether it's like 100%, whether it's massively confirmed, I personally don't try and look for them sort of leaks, just because I like to take each each week as it is. But if there is like another dead week, I feel like that is going to be the perfect prime time to get rid of every last bit of fodder before team of the season, making sure that everybody's got to open packs, everybody's got to get enough kind of fodder in their club. And I feel like this guy potentially, oh no, he's not left. I was going to say, but that's what it strikes me as, is that's what's going to happen. Whether it does is the next question. Obviously, I don't work at EA, so I personally don't know if they're going to bring an Icon SBC out today, tomorrow, the day after. It seems like we're saying it every day now until it happens. Into Saul, maybe. We get a little 1-2 with a bit of Drogba. Oh, that would have been a sensational ball if he was onside. What a timed pass. If literally he was that second earlier. It's a great curved pass, and that's, I think, kind of like his main attribute at the moment. His kind of like through balls that are kind of just a little bit of curve are doing absolute wonders through balling. Into Saul. Change it back. He's got Kaka running with him. Keep the space. Nothing too fancy. There it is. Oh, okay, I thought it was going a little bit quicker. We're going to see him back. A little bit of a Megs. Lovely. Lovely. That defender every single time. Honestly, I can't even pronounce his name, and it's annoying because he always is the one to tackle me. He's going to spin it around. Saul finding Kaka through. Going to find him into Drogba. Lovely ball from Saul again, working really well with the attackers into getting that ball forward. We're just missing out on that final shot, and that's all we need to get the goal back. So if we do go into the overall for Saul then, so if we click on him, 323, 347. In terms of the SBCs, we did mention them, 85, 1 Atleti, 65 chem. Pretty standard. And then a La Liga minimum 1, 86 and 60 chem. So it's pretty standard. You get a rare mixed and a prime mixed from them. So the packs are not awful, but I mean, as in we kind of don't even bother really thinking about them anymore. But in terms of the card, it's a fantastic card. He looks really good. Obviously with the engine, it's absolutely solid. Just wish he was like a centre mid or a cam, because that position would be so much better. If I do look at the right mids, obviously Messi is the fan favourite in terms of right mid, but a lot of people do have his player of the month. In terms of Tello, in terms of Yanuzai, Porto, Beckham not as much, maybe a little bit of a cheeky Dembele as a nice player there. Kubo is fantastic as like a really cheap beast, and then you have got like Rodrigo from way back. There is a lot of right mids, and personally he's not a right mid. He 100% is in the centre of the park playing it out. That is exactly what I like him for. Leave the right mid role to the Portos, the Messis, the Yanuzais, Llorente is a CDM, so it's irrelevant, the Dembeles. So for me, it's a little bit of an L, but I do understand it because obviously it was for the 15-16 season, which was this one where he got himself two right mids from CDM into right mid, and he did pretty well. So I can totally relate why he's got that now. But obviously every other position is CM, which is very frustrating that he has got literally CMs everywhere. And the one card that actually looks decent, and yes, it's an SBC, it's something new, he's a right mid, unfortunately. In terms of Spain, if you was looking to make a Spanish, well, of course, yeah, you've got Porto, you've got Tello. For me, he's just not the best option in any. If you haven't got, for instance, Porto or Tello and you don't particularly want to be buying them, then obviously you can whack him in there, but I would suggest putting him in one of these positions. As a right mid, I just don't think he's got it. He's got decent pace, but in terms of kind of going down the wing, there's almost like a set animation. When you watch Sterling do it, when you watch Ryan Kent, when you watch Mane, they have a way of doing it, and I don't think Saul's going to capture that. He's not a winger. He's in the middle of the park for a reason, and he does it pretty well. He was definitely that kind of like, that catalyst man, someone in the middle who's just going to keep pinging balls left, right, centre. Maybe he gives it a go himself, but mainly wants to be that assister of anything. And he did that really well. He's got a nice shot on him if you do manage to get the shot. Obviously nowadays, a lot of AI blocking in terms of just holding a second defender and running towards the ball, or kind of like blocking off the shot and letting the computer do the rest. It's very annoying, but it is what it is. Overall wise for Saul, being 320, I feel like that is expensive. Maybe not for the card, because obviously Spanish right mid, obviously special card as well, is very nice. But I would probably bring him in. What's an 85 team cost? 130. I'd bring him in at about 200, in my opinion. I think 200 would have been fair, just because then you give up one, say 85, maybe even an 86 rated team, and then like normal, an 82, an 83, and you're absolutely golden. Two really high SBCs, I don't know. I personally don't believe that that's worth it, in my opinion, if you are going to do the SBCs, especially from scratch. If you're going to grind it out, then fair enough. Like, you are literally doing what you should be doing in grinding fodder, putting it into SBCs on a daily. Overall wise though, like I said, I'm going to give him as a right mid like an 8.2. No, being a bit harsh. 8.3. Final offer. And as kind of like the cam, the CF, the striker, the middle of the park, I'm going to give him a solid 9. Let me know down below what you think about him. I personally think he was nice. Some flaws in him. Obviously, he has had a nice upgrade into the 4-star rather than 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. But in terms of kind of stats, everything is pretty high up there. Like, yes, you've got the odd occasion with strength and aggression. Maybe, yes, you don't have as much head and accuracy as somebody else, as a Jamie Vardy or someone who heads the ball. And obviously, interceptions are relatively good for a player. It just works out quite well. So overall, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. Let me know down below what you think about him. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you all for the next one. Pieces.